can't believe what's going on here. He gets a raise and a re-raise, and you got the perfect hand. You got the pair of aces.
Well, Vince,
that's 415.
I don't think he can call the 469 because there's no way for another 50,000. The Nick's going to throw his hand away. You don't want to play two aces against two opponents. I'm sure Bill is going to make another raise here. He's going to either try to shut Nick out or say, okay, let's play a big pot, me and you on the side.
Well, he can't believe his luck. He's just trying to figure out the best way to extract as much as possible. He says, I'm all in.
Yeah, not fooling around anymore, and you can't blame him.
Doesn't get Nick, though.
Well, a lot of money out there, Vince. Over $1 million in chips.
Tony LaCastro in dire straits. King 10 versus pair of aces.
Vince, I got to tell you, I'm a little shocked here by Tony's play. This guy's been the most conservative player at the table here all night long.
Well, the springs have popped in the Mattress King's mattress because that was a meltdown.
Well, I mean, it's not over. He could get lucky and win this pot, but when one opponent raises, the other one makes it 415,000 to go, and you've only got 460,000 and got a King 10.
Need a miracle.
Just get out of the way. Hope one of the guys breaks the other one where you move up to second position here.
Well, don't forget this was a game of tightness just a few moments ago. Everybody was folding hands, and now everybody's taking a shot. So Tony takes a shot at the worst possible time.
Well, all the good cards are
I'll
left.
tell you one thing, if Bill Gaze's hand holds up and he wins this pot,
And 8-3.
he's going to have over $2.5 million in chips.
Well, it's a dream come true. You got the aces against the Mattress King with just King 10. Can you survive it?
Tony's moment in the sun could be over here shortly. Let's see what happens. Here comes the flop.
He's flipped the straight.
Wow. Tony LaCastro has flopped the nuts. He has flopped the king high straight. All of a sudden, the two aces crack like an egg. Bill Gazes has to hit two runners in a row to win this pot.
Oh, man, you could just embalm Bill Gazes right now.
Wow.
Oh, I can't believe that flop.
That is unbelievable. Bill got his dream wish. He picked up two aces. Both opponents raised him. He got it down to heads up. You got two aces against King 10, and you're virtually drawing dead on the flop. That is unbelievable.
Whatever I saw a jack, I think. I don't know.
Oh, man, and Bill is talking to himself.
He knows he can't do anything about this hand.
It is rubber
It's just
room
bad
time.
luck. You know, timing is everything.
I'm hoping there's no draw, no out, no nothing. Or one card, like a one paint or something.
A five comes off. It is over. Bill Gaze is drawing dead with his two aces. This pot is going to go to all-in Tony.
I say Tony.
Well, the ace comes on the river.
That's cold-blooded right there.
Bill Gaze has made three aces and lost the pot.
So the Mattress King, the amateur, Tony LaCastro, very much alive. He's got about $1.4 million. This thing is not over.
How about that for a needle card, huh?
Bill Gaze was trying to smile, knowing he couldn't have been in a better spot to get his money in. And with two aces before the flop, had a chance to win a monster pot of $1.4 million. And to go along with the chips he had left, he would have been a strong competitor for Nick Schulman playing heads up for this title. Wow.
And I'm getting 2-1.
Oh, the pain of it all. And Bill Gaze is just trying to recover. I mean, that could put you into Kool-Aid time when you have aces cracked like that.
That's what's called a brutal beat, folks. And it doesn't come much worse.
That was a TV hand right there.
When you're vying for a $2.1 million first prize in a WPT title.
Yeah.
Well, the kid, Nick Schulman's still out in front with about $5.3 million. And Bill Gaze is now with $1,246,000. Let's go back down to the money pit on Nick Schulman.
Well, it's not over. Anything can happen.
He's got King 8 of spades this time.
He's reaching for chips here. He's going to make it $150,000 to go.
Tony folding his queen deuce around a Bill in the big blind. He's got ace 9.
Now, Vince, did you notice the way Nick flipped those chips in the pot? Wonder if that has any meaning, and if Bill picked up on it, he's moving all in on him.
Good pop back over the top of Nick Schulman.
So he must have sensed that Nick was not that strong this particular hand. He's moved over the top with ace 9 for all his money.
Ace 9, pretty good starting hand. He has put it all on the line.
That's either a great read on Bill's part, or he's still steaming from the previous pot. Let's call it a great read. It's going to cost Nick over $1 million to call this bet. You don't want to give Bill Gazes another $1 million in chips, I can tell you. He's going to lay it down, and wisely so, I think. So Bill Gaze is trying to come back from that deafening blow he took against Tony. Doing so nicely there.
Well, what drama we're seeing here tonight at Foxwoods, down to these three.
I'll tell you what's great about it, Vince. We've come down to an amateur player, a top pro, and the youngest potential winner in the history of the tour, 21-year-old Nick Schulman. It just shows you in poker, anybody can do it, anybody can win.
Back to the table on Nick Schulman. He's got queen 3 of clubs, and he's going to raise this 100,000 more. Tony quickly going out with his 10-5. Now Bill Gaze is in the big blind. He's got ace-9.
Now remember the last hand, Bill Gaze came over the top with ace-9, took the pot down right there. He has the same hand. How is he going to play it this time? He's just going to make the call. Wants to see a flop before he does anything else. Bill has the ace-9. Nick has a queen 3. The flop is jack 10-6 with 2 diamonds. No help to either player.
Bill is going to check this. Now it's on the young player, Nick Schulman. Nothing hitting on the flop for either player. But look at this. The kid is going to bet it.
Now, Vince, you got to love the heart of this kid. He raised before the flop. His opponent checked on the flop. He's betting. End of story.
Bill shows the ace-9.
Well, Bill thinks he was laying down an inferior hand, but in fact, he got rogued.
That is right. He thought he made the best laydown. He did not. But Nick didn't show his hand. Sometimes when you pull off a bluff like that, you show the hand to rub it in. Chose not to that time.
Escorted.
Bill is trying to play conservative here because he wants to stretch this match out. He believes he's the best player at this table, and the longer it takes to finish it, the better his chances of winning are.
Okay, action on the Mattress King. Tony LaCastro, king 3 of clubs. He's been a little quiet lately. He goes out on this one, too.
Well, he is just biding his time, just hoping these two guys clash.
Bill's got a big hand. King, queen offsuit.
Well, let's see how he's going to play it. He's going to raise it. He's not limping in this time. And he's going to make it 130,000 to go.
Okay, all he has to beat is his old nemesis, well, I should say young nemesis, Nick, who has just an 8-5, but says, I'll call that. I'm going to speculate.
Well, so far, Nick Schulman's been tattooing Bill Gaze's today. This youngster has taken it to him. See if he can get lucky here with the 8-5. Well, he's flopped a part of it. He's flopped second pair.
Yes, he has.
Action's on Bill. Bill's checking here.
Gonna give free range to the kid. He's got a piece of this flop.
So Nick is going to assume he's got 2 big cards, that this flop didn't help him. He's made 2 5s. He's going to make a stab at it. He bets 120,000. What Bill's wondering is, geez, that's a pretty small bet for that size pot.
Too easy.
And he's not going to mess around. He goes out with the king high. Nice laydown. The SpongeBob kid just manhandling veteran professional Bill Gaze is right now stumbling around with 8-5. Makes it work for him. What excitement we're seeing here. The youngster Nick Schulman out in front with about 5.3 million. Tony LaCastro with about 1.3. And Bill Gaze is the short stack with $1.1 million. And the antes and blinds are going up, Mike. $10,000 ante, 40 and 80 blinds.
And Vince, you got to say the 21-year-old is making it look easy here. Nick came to this final table, the big chip leader. He just steadily increased it, never jeopardized his chips at all.
Bill goes quickly out. And now Nick Schulman, ace-5 of spades.
He's going to pop it up a little. See what he's going to bet.
He is in the small blind right now. Only one man to beat.
All in.
Look at this. Before Nick could even get his chips in with the raise, Tony on top of him says all in.
Well, that's unbelievable how quickly he said all in.
Count it.
I'm not sure Nick even had to commit all the chips he put out there if he didn't want to.
Now Tony's got ace-9 back around to Nick. How disturbing.
Well, if you're sitting in Nick's seat, it's very puzzling to you because you're saying to yourself, you know, if he had a real strong hand, he'd let me put in all the chips I could put in before he'd raise it all in. Maybe he's not that strong.
How much more is it?
I don't even think Nick had made the full raise yet.
Is it total?
That's the total.
Well,
So a little confusion here.
Well, it's going to cost Nick about $1 million more to make
The
this
raise was
call.
320, right?
Yep.
Okay, I see.
He can well afford to make it, and I'm sure his curiosity is peaking right now, Vince.
All right, call.
And now he makes the call. And what a place Tony LaCastro will be in. He gets elated there when he he sees Nick's hand.
You see Tony jump up there a little bit.
Oh, boy, doing the La Bamba there. He's got ace-9 over ace-5.
This is the first time we've seen Nick get his money in the pot with the worst hand, but it was just unique how that hand was played. You just wonder if the speed that Tony said all in affected Nick's call there. That was just the play of an amateur, and it could cost Nick right here. He could take his first blow at this final table if he loses this pot.
Nick is looking like Nick Nolte on a Sunday morning, absolutely depressed there. Tremendous excitement here for Tony Locastro as he paces the floor.
A huge pot here, Vince. 2.7 million in this pot.
Here's the flop.
It's come King 8-6. No help for either player.
But that's good for Tony because his ace-9 obviously out in front over Nick.
King 8.
Well, what this means is Nick is going to have to catch a 5 or 2 running cards to make it straight if he wants to win this pot. Take Tony out of here. Now a 10 comes off. And right now, Nick Schulman must catch a 5 to take Tony Locastro out of this tournament.
He's got the old 3-outer. He's a long shot.
Keep it high.
If he should hit this miracle card, it would be over for Tony Locastro.
Notice if a 6 or an 8 comes off and pairs the board, they would split this pot.
Keep it high. Yes!
But no, it's a 4 that's come off.
He's done it.
So there you go. Tony Locastro taking down over 2.7 million in that pot. The amateur's dream lives on.
Oh, what a moment for Tony Locastro. Wins a whopper from Nick Schulman.
And we just saw the kid take the first big hit of this tournament, Vince. He lost $1.35 million in that pot.
They're taking away a ton of chips from Nick Schulman. The Mattress King stacking them up.
The amateur player, the guy who won the $225 satellite to get in this tournament, Tony Locastro from Long Valley, New Jersey, has doubled up and has now got over $2.7 million in chips.
Oh, he is back in a big way, and we're coming back.
The most important thing in winning today is clearly the title. To beat out a field of 782 players and to come out on top of the game, to be #1, that's my goal.
If I win the $2 million, that'll be the most money I've ever won.
The title is nice, but the money, I can really use to give some to my parents, buy a car.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. Drama developing here at Foxwoods. The dominant chip leader throughout this final table, 21-year-old Nick Schulman, just took his first big blow. And Vince, do you think that will affect him from here out?
You just don't know, but you can just feel the pain in the room. Just a tremendous turnaround, but action right now on Nick Schulman. Looking down at a 7-4 offsuit this time.
And look at this, Vince. He is reaching for chips here. Now, do you think he's steaming a little bit from losing that last big pot? Thanks to $240,000 to go. And just that quickly, Tony goes all in with ace-queen, Vince.
Twice he does it before Nick even gets his chips in.
Bill Gazes gets out of the way with the jack-5.
Nick just stepping into Tony's wake here every time.
That's another $240,000 he gives up to the amateur, Tony Locastro.
So the SpongeBob Kid, very dismal right now, deeply deflated.
Well, it's the first adversity he's faced at this final table, Vince. It's been a walk in the park for him so far, but now let's see how he reacts to some adversity. Right now, Tony Locastro on a little bit of a roll here. He is closing the gap on the chip leader. Tony with about 2.8 million, and Bill Gaze is on the short stack right now with a little over 600,000. Got to make something happen fast.
And the action's going to be on Bill. Let's take a look.
And he's looked down at King High. He's going all in with it.
Oh, yeah, he's going to push this right now.
Come on.
Nick Schulman says he's all in. Ace-queen, which gets Tony out.
Well, Tony folds the 10-5. So here we go. It's ace-queen for Nick. It's king-8 for Bill Gazes. And Bill must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament.
By the way.
That's all smiles for Nick.
Well, it's also all smiles for Tony. He knows he can be a millionaire.
That's right.
Tony will become a poker millionaire if Nick Schulman can win this pot.
Could this be the demise of the great Bill Gazes? Bill was down to the short stack only about 6:30 before this hand started. Took a shot with king high. You can't blame him.
Well, he has 2 live cards.
Pull this back, right?
So he's not as big an underdog as you might think. Can he get lucky, however, and win this pot? It seems like if there's any justice, Vince, that will happen. Remember the last time he played a huge pot. He had 2 aces. His opponent had king 10, and he lost the pot.
Ace-queen against king 8.
All he's saying is, give me an outdraw one time.
Flop me a straight.